is fucking
I'll turn
terrible.
on, like, just to get motivated sometimes, I'll turn on, like, you know, country, like the hit country radio station. I'm like, this is fucking hip-hop. This is rednecks rapping over hip-hop beats. Like, I'd rather listen to NWA. I'm not going to listen to this fucking shitty country band trying to rap.
Now, your music taste is very broad. You love everything.
I love everything. Yeah. I mean, I grew up probably on it, to be honest, because I was rebelling against where I was from. I grew up on probably more rock, probably the shit you listen to, the Sabbath and all that fucking, Zeppelin and everything. And then I got into, like I said, when you kind of go out, it's like, no, a friend will play you Waylon, you'll be like, no, that's my music. It's, you take authorship of it later. But
who were your early influences?
Well, me and the guy who produced my records, who's amazing, by the way, we both agree, a bunch of my friends agree. It all starts with the Beatles for us. I don't know if you dug the Beatles, but like literally the first time I heard, I'll bet the first Buck Owens song I heard was Ringo singing Act Naturally. The cool thing about the Beatles was you could listen to it and hear every type. You could hear Chuck Berry, you could hear Rest in Peace, you could hear Helter Skelter was basically in metal. You could hear like almost opera kind of, classical music a little bit, and like, Eleanor Rigby, or you could hear country. Like I said, they would play a lot of country, almost like they did like Carl Perkins shit. You could hear every type of music.
Did you like the whole discography of the Beatles?
Yeah, I liked it all. Yeah, everything.
The early shit drives me crazy.
I'm with you. I mean, I don't.
I like 66 on,
yeah,
like that album and all that music. Revolver and the White Album, and Rubber Soul, and the one when they went to India. They went to India and took acid. With the fucking the thing.
Sgt. Pepper.
I like Sgt. Pepper's also.
Magical Mystery Tours.
I like. I'm on the borderline of Help.
I'm with you. Help. I like that song, yeah. But yeah.
Help. After Help, I like everything. Let It Be is brilliant.
I will say that I'm with you. I don't find myself listening to early Beatles now.
No.
It's like it sounds like kind of. It's almost teeny bopper music.
But you know what? I fucking listen to music a lot, and you broadened me tonight when you said that the Beatles covered everything. Because I got to tell you something. As soon as you said that, I heard the chords to "She Loves You," yeah, the beginning of it. And I was like, oh shit, he's right. I've heard that before. I have heard that before. Maybe somebody took it from them, or not in the same chord, the same da-na-na-na, not that stuff, but just that twang in the chord that John Lennon had, or George Harrison was the real catalyst there with the guitar. But people don't know the Beatles anymore. The Beatles don't even fucking matter. People have no... Kids are growing up and hear 3 Beatles songs on the radio, and they don't understand what the Beatles meant.
I feel like when I was a kid, I don't know if you guys tell me, but I feel like when I was a kid, maybe that timing was like the Beatles were kind of cool, but Elvis was like oldies music, and right. I feel like Beatles are now turning into oldies.
But the problem with the Beatles is that unless you grew up with a generation that your parents played the Beatles.
Yeah, my parents played it a lot.
You're lost from the Beatles. All you know about the Beatles is the radio. The songs on the radio. You really never put you never put on Rubber Soul or fucking, not Tomorrow. Tomorrow Never Knows.
God, that's the best fucking song. That's from a Revolver.
Revolver.
Yeah.
They haven't listened to Revolver. They don't understand the changes those motherfuckers made. You know how a band can't stay together and have 3 albums? How many albums did these savages have? Just estimate. Give me an estimate.
Someone told me that from the time they started till when they broke up, they put out their whole career lasted the same amount that U2 takes between records. That's what someone told me.
That U2?
The band U2, they usually, on average, they said they take like 6-7 years to make a new record. That's how long the whole Beatles career was.
That's it.
To end. Yeah, their plane landed in New York is when people first heard of them. It was 1963. They broke up in 1970. Their whole career was 7 years.
And how many albums did they put out? Estimate.
I mean, probably 10. I mean, maybe more. But it's weird because they had different.
12.
They put out a different amount. the albums were different in England than here, some of them, so it's hard to say the exact amount. But he just said it, 12.
If you didn't listen to the Beatles, what would you recommend somebody to start with? What album?
Well, it would matter. It would matter who the person was. I would say. I think we just came across, Revolver is a good one. It's kind of got a little bit of everything. I would actually, you know what Ozzy's favorite album of all time is the White Album.
The White Album is brilliant.
The White Album is great because again, it's an example of you can get everything. I mean, Helter Skelter is more metal than most shit or more hard rock than most shit you'll hear nowadays. Then you've got little ballads and weird fucking Ringo shit. It's all over the place.
No. It. Nobody really listens. When I was growing up, people were really into the Beatles, and then when John Lennon died, like a whole fucking era of people went away because that's what they were holding on to. That's what they were holding on to, is the Beatles get back together. Seriously. I was 17 when he got shot.
Yeah.
And I still remember going to New York that Sunday. And at the time, I wasn't a Beatle guy, bro. At the time, I did not want to listen to the Beatles or Springsteen. I was not interested. I was a Zeppelin, Sabbath, Pat Benatar.
So you were against the Beatles.
I was against the Beatles because so many people liked the Beatles. It drove me fucking bananas. And then years later in Colorado was when I got 66 or whatever. And I'm like, wait a second, these cocksuckers were onto something. And then
the one you mentioned, Tomorrow Never Knows.
That's my all-time favorite.
That's a fucking killer.
It's brilliant. You're on acid in that song. Yeah. They brought the acid to you. That was the first time you ever tripped. The first time you hear that song.
I don't know. You have to check it. I think that was the first time John Lennon took acid, maybe.
Well, they went to India or something. I don't know. I'm not a big historian.
No, because I'm a big Beatles historian. They I heard the Beatles were at a party in L.A. or something, and they took acid for the first time. And there's a song, She Said. You know that one?
Yes.
She Said. I know what it's like to be dead. Is Henry Fonda. They were all on acid at some party. Henry Fonda walked up to John Lennon and goes, "I know what it's like to be dead." And John Lennon just took it and put it in that song.
Yeah,
those old fucking party days, you know.
No, a lot of people don't even. I would listen to Revolver, the White Album. I definitely get Let It Be.
Yeah, isn't it weird that Let It Be's thought of as their worst album? I think it's one of their best.
No, I like it. I like the.
It's great.
You know, I haven't had the physical Beatle albums, which now I'm going to start going and buying physical Beatle albums. Next time I go to Burbank, I'm going to buy some physical Beatle albums. It's time. You're absolutely right.